Today I'm going to share with you my upcycling process. This time we're making a pair of pants. I'm thinking some really distressed patchwork denim, using all the details and features you can find on a regular pair of jeans. Thrifted a pair of skinny jeans, which I'll use for my base. I'll show you, hold up. I think these are basically brand new. Better be, to be honest, because I paid $35. Really good quality light blue pair of denim. Figured this would make a good starting point. Super skinny. I don't know if you can't really tell from here. A little bit big for me, but I'll try them on so that you can see what they look like. I'm not familiar with this brand, Article 1. Anytime I'm upcycling pants, I want the base or the top of the pants to be fairly decent quality. Here are the pants that I'm currently wearing. Nice, wide, comfortable. Ignore the Crocs, essentially my slippers in home use only. This is how the other jeans look at the moment. They're kind of... These are actually so skinny. I don't know how anyone's comfortable in these. So we're gonna fix these, turn them into something a little more wearable. Generally start by removing the legs. This way I can figure out how much material I'm gonna need and also make use of the material that's already here. If you didn't watch my previous video, this is essentially what we're going for. I want them to be about 10 inches in total width. So trying to find the highest cutoff point, fold them in half. Just want to make sure the bottom and the top are lined up evenly. It's okay if it's not completely matching. The design I'm working with, be able to sort of hide that. I could leave them like this. They're definitely better already. I do want to make the most of all the material that I can. Cat check. Good amount of material here. Cut this up and use this throughout the design. Got this super old pair of Levi's. A little bit of a darker wash, still a nice light blue. I think I want to use both of these pockets on either leg. Definitely use most of this other material. This might be enough material. I'll start with the two front panels. I want these pockets to be an integral part of the design. I'll make it sort of square just so it's easier to work with. The thing I'm worried about is that I've ripped this. Probably just put a patch in there, stitch it back together. Now we can start looking at other materials. I'm thinking like, that's nice you want to be here. There's not enough room. Let's use some of that original material. Probably put that right on the edge. I might put in another smaller patch. Definitely want to put this maybe on the side here. Sort of guessing as I go. There's no real pattern that I follow here. I know how wide and long I want them to be. For everything else, I just sort of pick and choose what material will work best. Still have this. We'll get that pinned down here. Yeah, we'll do that. What if we cut this at 24? We're gonna need 3 more inches. One more little bit. Cut off the excess. More than enough for what we need. I like where it's going, but the area up here feels a little too plain. Maybe I'll just start with this, decide that after. I was cutting out the material for the other leg as I was going. Gonna quickly pin that together. This leg I already f***ed up by ripping the material. I could either trim that off or I can put in a little bit of material there, repair that. I'm gonna try it, see what happens. That's a good start for what we're cooking. Now we can start sewing all of this together. I like where we're going so far. Still might add something else on up here towards the pocket. I've got like an hour left before I should clean up a little bit. Always takes so much longer than I expect. I'm gonna try to piece together the back panels. Hopefully I can get all of that done in the next hour. Definitely want to use these pockets for the back. So I want this to be about here. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Let's work with that. What if we put in this and then cut that off maybe up the top there? Okay, I like that. What else we got? Want one of these to be down here. Still need one for here. Gonna need something else. That works perfectly. And that's what we've cooked for the back of the leg. Looks pretty good. Pin the next one together now, and then it's just a matter of sewing it all. I've run out of time for today. It's now 5 o'clock. Put it on hold, keep working on it tomorrow. Now day 2 working on these pants. I already have one of these legs sewn together. I would like to get these finished today. We are done with the most time consuming parts, so I should be able to finish them off. Finally finished. That took about an hour and a half. Pretty happy with them so far. I've left these pins here just to mark out where I want to put some zigzag stitching. I'll do that now and then I can put them on the pants. They're all finished for now. Now we can finally take a look at sewing the legs on. I think I'll start with the front panels. Should pin it from this side first, except it's going to be sewn on top. Made the front panels a little too wide. Let's get these on. That worked pretty well. I do lose a little bit of material on the inside of the leg. The panel's too wide. They'll be wide enough, but I do need to remove some. Now to just do the same to the back legs, and then we can finish these off. These are the exact perfect length. Literally never happens. Look how cool the distressing looks. It's a nice little touch. Finally, legs. Back is looking good, front is looking good. Just gonna turn them inside out and start pinning them. That's how they look from the inside, for what that's worth. Feeling pretty good about these so far. Last thing to do is sew them together. Got two sides sewn up. Spontaneously decided I'm gonna put some pockets, but I don't know if I have it on as like a normal pocket. Let's do that. Which means I need to sew these down again. That looks pretty good there. I left the raw edges out just to match the rest of the design. Now I can finish these off. Almost finished with it. There's a few things that I want to add on. Thinking I might add these patches over the seam, one on either side. Then the last thing I need to do is finish up the bottom of the pants. Wish I did this before sewing the leg up. It's going to be a little annoying getting these on. That worked out pretty well. One last thing to do. I've got waistbands, cuff the bottom of the pants with these. So I'll need to cut these down to size, that being 11 inches. Pull them apart a little bit more to make them into rings, 22.5 inches. Now we can get these on. There is a little bit of excess. I'll get these on now and sew all the belt loops, and I can show you what they look like. Finally finished with these 2 whole days of work. Feels like they took forever. Definitely improved the width. Patches are all very secure and will fray over time. Pretty interesting to see what these look like in a couple of months. Quite like that they're symmetrical, using the same materials on both legs. Finishing the bottom with a waistband cuffs also works really well. The overall fit is fairly good. That concludes my upcycling process for pants. Obviously there's so many different ways to upcycle. This is just one of them for distressed patchwork. Let me know what you think of those. Would you wear these pants? Would you prefer the original skinny look? Maybe you would.